Are you tired of sitting on the sidelines watching opportunities pass you by? You know you have what it takes, but something's missing. It could be doubt, confidence, or fear that you're not representing your best self. Whatever it is, it stops now. It's time to align your passion with your purpose and seize the opportunities that await you. I want to see you get back in the game. So join me and my expert guests as we talk all things image, branding, and a bit of entrepreneurship. So if you're ready to gain insightful tips, tools, and strategies to help you amplify your presence and define your impact for greater success, sit with us as we talk about it. Welcome back to the Image Connection Show, where we go beneath the surface of image, branding, and presence to help you live and lead with impact. I'm your host, Jenny Dewberry, certified international image, personal brand coach, and consultant. And I'm so pleased that you have joined me today. The Image Connection Show is a conversation-driven show that explores how inner alignment influences outer image, personal branding, and leadership presence. Every choice we make, from how we speak to how we present ourselves, is influenced by what's happening internally. And when those inner blocks go unexamined, they quietly shape our confidence, our presence, our visibility, and even the opportunities we allow ourselves to step into. This show exists to help you connect that so that you are not only seen, but fully understood. Today I have with me Coach Teon Singletary. Coach Teon is the mindset expert, inspirational leadership speaker, an Army major with 25 plus years of experience delivering impactful keynotes on leadership, resilience, mindset, and communication. His work is ideal for organizations seeking engagement, clarity, and action, in addition to his coaching individuals. So help me welcome Coach Teon Singletary to the show. Welcome, Teon.
How we doing, Jenny?
I'm well, doing well. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Oh, it is a blessing to be here. It's a plum pleasing pleasure, what I like to say, to be in
Yeah,
the presence of greatness and to be on your stage.
I appreciate that. It's likewise, it's a pleasure to have you here with me. And I left this out in the introduction, but you help people move from limiting beliefs to empowered action. And
Yes.
you do that so they can live and lead and communicate with confidence and purpose. So in your work, I'm sure you found that there's a lot of pressure to be seen, to be great. And as a result of that, sometimes we're forced to become, I call it great pretenders. We're just doing the things that we feel that people expect us to do while feeling a little disconnected sometime inside because of some of the things that you're going to talk about tonight. And so, we find ourselves comparing ourselves to others and exhausting, and then it's exhausting rather, and then we are, it impacts our self-esteem, it impacts our confidence and all of the other things. So tell me a little bit about you and what you do again, and how you got into, first of all, this coaching space that you do.
Sure, Denny. So just to hit on what you just shared, there's so much what you just asked there.
Mhm. I
You
know.
can open it. They're like I could take this in so many directions.
Yes.
But let's just say that one thing that most people have in this world is we tend to put on a thing that we call a mask, right?
Mhm.
A mask of not who we truly are, or who we are designed to be uh, in the calling that we have in this world. So as we pretend to be someone else in the public, but when we go behind closed door, we become our true self.
Mhm.
But for some reason, we are afraid to share our true self to the world because of fear of acceptance,
Mhm.
fear of not succeeding, a fear of failing, failure of just not being our true self, and that tends to come because of our self-limited beliefs. And I'm saying all that because I've been there. I live that life. I know how it feels because I've been that way. As I was growing up in my younger years of life, putting on a mask was something that helped me to get through the struggle that I was going through as I was building myself or trying to build myself and figure out who I truly was
Mm-hmm.
in on this journey. Because everyone have a journey, right? And depending on our environments, our mindsets, and our mindset is built from our environment, how we've been raised, and all that. So it's like a lot of things come into play in order to shape our mindset. And if we have a limited mindset, a limited belief mindset, or a low self-esteem mindset, that tend to show itself in every single thing that we do, right? In our
True.
spiritual life, in our social life, rela- relational life, mental life, everything. It's a full holistic approach, right? So when I was growing up, I used to stutter a lot. I was bow-legged. I was pigeon-toed. Uh, uh, in my early years of school, it was hard for me to learn things because my mind just was different. And I didn't
Yes.
really understand myself. But as I begin to walk on this journey, and I just thank God for a praying mother and a supportive father that helped me on this journey to make sure that I change I call my deficiencies, right?
Yes.
And we all have deficiencies,
Mm-hmm.
and we have the power of choice to choose whether we allow these deficiencies to hold us back, which creates our low self-esteem, our self-limited beliefs. Like again, it's all connected. In order
Yeah.
for us to really move forward in life, we have to call it out. We have to name it, know what it is that's
Yeah.
holding us back. And once we have a clue of what's holding us back, then and only thing we're able to create a game plan to push through that issue or that struggle or that setback, whatever it is, right? For me, it was my deficiencies that was holding me back, and I was allowing that to really uh, take away from my confidence and who I was.
Yeah.
But I really didn't know who I was. My just bless my parents. Them graduating from high school, and that was their highest education. They only knew what they know, right?
Mm.
And so they
Yeah.
give me all they could, and I accept that and I use it. But in order for me to move forward, I had to just figure it out, right? There's a lot of things I had to figure out.
And
So as we begin to walk this journey of self discovery, right?
yeah.
I had a lot of failures, had a lot
Mm-hmm.
of made a lot of mistakes, fell down a lot, right? But what Les Brown will say is that if we can look up, then we can get up,
Oh, that's good.
and our setbacks can be the setup for our comebacks. So as I was going through this journey of self discovery, uh, I I remember it vividly when I went to high school, first year of high school, on break. There were some guys that was part of the JRTC program was in the parade field, and they had this big rifle in their hand, and they were just twirling it, twisting it, throwing it up in the air, catching it behind their backs, over their head. And I remember myself saying, I want to do that. I want to become them. How do I do that?
Yeah.
Right. And then I joined
Mhm.
the GRDC program and I went to my first session. And then there was a sergeant's first class that came on board and he walked in the room commanding the flow. I'm like, you gonna do this and you gonna. I was like, okay, I didn't sign up for this.
Well, you did. Really?
I didn't sign up for this, but it was exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
But then he asked the question, who want to be part of the drill team? My hand immediately went up because I already knew that's the reason why I joined the program was to be part of that.
Okay.
But then when I went to the first practice and I grabbed hold of the rifle and I held it in my hand and I was like, y'all twisting this heavy thing, this thing like 10, 15 pounds. No,
That's that's pretty heavy.
right? But
Yes.
but but I just had it in it. I was just motivated to do it. So they give us certain steps, process on how to strengthen our upper body strength and our lower body strength in order to be able to do the maneuvers properly and with proficiency. So with that, I learned it, and then as everyone was on their breaks for lunch, uh, I always found myself at the Georgia C program
Okay.
building, practicing, doing my breaks.
Yeah.
After school, practicing
Mhm.
and finding a way to get home after. And I was like
It
30
didn't
minutes,
matter at the time.
right? Right, 30 minutes away from my house. That's how far the school was. So
Okay.
finding ways how to get home after that. But I did it afraid. And then I did it because it's something that I want to do. And I thank God that I did because it taught me so much. It taught me It taught me about leadership. It taught me about resiliency, dedication, commitment. It taught me how to be more confident in who I am and myself. And it taught me that if you practice hard enough and you begin to turn that practice to rehearsal, you become very good at what you do.
That's
So
right.
in anything that I do now, I I I put in that practice. I put in the rehearsal time in because I found out how important those moments are. It
It is.
doesn't matter what happens when we are in the public. What really matters and what really counts is what are you doing behind closed doors when no one
That's
is
right.
looking? What are you doing in the dark hours?
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Because what you do between those times will determine how you respond and how you perform when it's time for you to do
Mhm.
what you do best, right?
Yeah. Oh,
So 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 that's just a little bit of answering some of the topics that you just shared, the questions that you asked, but I really do believe that everyone have the potential inside of them to move from where they are now to the point of where they want to be in the future. And there's a process. And in order to get there, you have to follow that process. And if you don't have a process, then maybe, just maybe, you have to find someone that can provide you that process, that same process, or that
right.
same system that help
Hmm.
push you to the next level. Because if you truly want to grow further, faster, then you have to find someone that you can relate to, that you can connect with, and that you can hold on to their coattail and allow them to guide you along the way. But being part of a community, a group, also it increases the potential of that growth. So that's why I love being part of networks. I have multiple coaches myself because I found out how important that is for my growth.
It's extremely important because, many times, and I always say how we see ourselves, others don't see us as we see ourselves. That can be good, that can be a positive, and that
Mm-hmm.
can be a negative. And when
Mm-hmm.
we're sitting in self-doubt and low self-esteem, we may need that extra, you know, whisper in the ear, or that confidence of someone saying, well, you're great at this. What are you talking about? You're good at this. Or this is Jenny and she does this and she's so good at it. But if I'm sitting here telling myself that I'm not, someone else saying it to me could help that confidence grow, can help me be a bit more confident, or get on the journey of becoming more confident, because
Yes.
self-image
Yes.
is very important. The things that we tell
Yes.
ourselves is what,
Yes.
you know. So yeah,
Self-talk.
self-talk, yeah, positive self-talk, love talk, look in the mirror and talk to yourself lovingly.
Oh, you
And
do that too?
there's moments when I have a little self-doubt. We all have it at
Yes.
times,
Yes.
and we have to get in the mirror and kind of hype be our own hype man, as they call it. We
Mm-hmm.
have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I took away from you when you're saying you have to practice. You were practicing in junior ROTC. You picked up this gun, this weapon rather, and it was heavy. How are you going to twirl and twist this gun without the confidence that you could? And you can only do that through practicing. And just like anything else that we're doing in life and in business, the only way to get better at it, good at it, is to practice. Practice and then believe that we can, right?
That's it.
Yeah. So
That's it.
you have this thing, you are greatness made from greatness. Now I kind of know where you're going with that, but a little bit, what does that mean?
Yes, yes. So before we get into that,
Okay.
I want to share a story, and then which will kind of tie into why I say that a lot.
Okay.
Again, born with my deficiencies of my legs and my feet. I used to fall a lot. I used to trip over myself a lot when I was younger because I was still trying to get used to my deficiencies, right?
Yeah.
But the doctor one day told my parents that they can fix that by drilling 3 holes in my knees, twisting my legs straight, and then putting metal screws in to lock it in place so I could be able to walk straighter, right? To be able to walk straight and that I could run more without tripping over my own feet, right? But I thank God that my parents said no to that because I probably would have been waking up late nights, rubbing my knees in pain and stuff because of those metal screws. But when I was younger, I remember myself in a vehicle coming back home, and I just felt hopeless. I just felt lost. I felt like I lost everything. Like my opportunity was there, and I just lost it.
Yeah.
But my mother looked back at me and said these profound words: "Teon, you can be and do anything you want to be and do in life. You just have to want it bad enough, work hard at it, never give up, and always, always, always keep God first in every single thing that you do." And I call that moment Mother's Hope. See, Mother's Hope is what gives me the courage, their empowerment, the inspiration to push through my struggles. Mother's Hope is what gives me the willpower to get out there and practice and practice and practice and practice until I get it right or I get close to right. And I just continue just to perform that action until it becomes great. But the most important part of this is that we are greatness made from greatness. And that greatness that I'm speaking of is my Heavenly Father.
That's right.
Is God.
That's
He
right.
is greatness. And we are created in His image. And we have the power, the willpower to be able to reframe this, our mind, our thinking. And by reframing our mind and our thinking, we have the ability to speak life and death. It's in the Bible. Life and death is in the power of the tongue.
That's right.
So we have to choose. Again, it's a mindset. We have to choose to speak life. And when we begin to speak life, our heart begins to feel that. And when we begin to feel that, we begin to take the action, do the action that is required of us so that we can have the things we want to have in life. But it all starts here in the mind, in the mind. And then it goes from the heart to us taking action and then for us to have the results that we want to have in life. So that's why I say we are greatness made from greatness. And it's something that I always say every day, especially when I'm about to go on a big stage or something, or about to do something and I feel nervous. I had to remind myself, I am greatness made from greatness.
That's right. And that's
it's
a great,
not for
great
my
reminder.
will. Yeah, exactly. It's not for my will to be done, but it's for His will to be done, for His light to shine through me, for His glory to shine through me. I am just a vessel. That's all I am.
Right.
But
using
it is His will.
Yeah. Using the gifts that He has given you.
Yeah, that's it.
Using one of the many gifts that He gives us, right?
Yeah.
Doing it as close as the way we think He would want us to do it, or the way that He would do it. Because again, as you said, we are made in His image with greatness, splendor, love, kindness, all of those things, So But when I
Mhm.
read that, I knew what you were talking about. I had no doubt that's what you were referencing. So yeah, that's good. And again, the mind, it's a powerful tool, and
Yes.
it's what controls everything. It's what controls everything. And so when we are again in self doubt, in low self esteem, whether we admit that or not, because it's a hard thing to admit that have it
Mhm.
all together. It's a hard thing to admit that you might have a little low self esteem because people associate that with a weakness. But it's a strength when you can name it. Like you said, if you can't name it, you can't
Gotta name
change
it.
it. So you
That's
have
it.
to
I
name
like that.
it.
If you can't name it, you can't change
That's right. Yeah, you
it.
have to name what it is so you can move past it and be
Yes.
able really to pour into someone else like you do to help them get
Yes.
over that hump, that barrier,
Exactly.
whatever it is. So your work is incredibly valuable. It's needed for not just business professionals and organizations, for anyone. They need to hear that control the mind, you control your life. If you can do that, it's easier said than done, but it just takes a bit of
That's
practice.
what it says. Always easy said than done, but guess
It's
what? It's
always
still a possibility.
absolutely, yeah. If you work on it, you just have to work towards it. If we are
Right.
one of those people that want that instant gratification or that instant outcome, it may not work
Mm.
for you. You have to know that in order to reap, you know, good, you have to pour. You have to pour. You have to mill. You have to cultivate that thing so that it can work for you.
That's it.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
it.
And
Yes.
so when we talk about self-image and confidence, can you offer some advice on how someone can improve that?
Hmm.
I know you have a lot, but
Yeah. I mean, because it's really is a process,
it
and
is.
I only can share from my journey and my process.
Mm-hmm.
I have a framework that I call the 5 steps to success. Or right now, I'm calling it a way how to truly dominate your life. And I'm going to share with you 3 of those 5 steps on
Okay.
what I do to help me to push through these issues of self-limiting beliefs and to build more confidence in myself. And it also helped me to face one of my fears that I had. Uh, a fear that I had was going scuba diving. Like, I am a human being.
Yes.
I walk on ground. You want me to go into the deep blue sea, dive with an oxygen tank with predators that can just like it is their environment, and you
Yeah.
want me to swim around with them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm.
no, right,
Confidence.
uh,
Takes a bit of confidence to pull that off.
right. You gotta be confident. Yeah, confident or just crazy, right,
Right. what,
right.
what are the two?
Yeah, right. But I was like, okay, I'm teaching people how to face their fears. Maybe it's time for me to face my own fears. So I put my framework into practice myself, and I faced that fear. And it was because of me first becoming aware of that fear. So that's the first step: is being aware.
Yes.
Awareness is key because once you know where you are and you understand where you want to go, then and only then you can go into step two. And step two is preparation. You have to properly prepare yourself in order to move in the direction that you want to go. And that preparation is different for everyone. For me, it was affirmations and declarations, really self talk, really talking to myself and saying these things to myself day in and day out, writing affirmations on my mirror, declarations on my mirror. As
Mm-hmm.
I look at myself and getting ready for whatever I'm getting ready for the day, I'm reading scriptures. I'm reading my affirmations. I'm reading my declaration. I'm reading my purpose in life. Like, I'm doing this day in and day out because I am preparing myself for the person I want to become. Right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so doing those small things of preparation is key. Also, some of the things I did to help myself to build confidence is I started reading more. Now I'm at a point where I can read an audiobook two times the speed and understand and comprehend what's going on. And then I will catch what I need to catch during that time period. And then I'll go back and I'll reread it again. I'll listen to it again.
Right.
But it helps me to be able to go through books so much faster, and I could be able to find the ingredients I need to be able to determine what do I need to apply in my life now. Again, that's part of the preparation stage. Um, but the next step I'm going to share with you is the last step before you, is after awareness, is after preparation, and it's take action now. Once you are properly are aware of who you are and where you are and where you want to go, and you properly prepare yourself, now you have enough ingredients to need to take action. But you got to do it afraid, right? You got to
You
do it
do.
afraid. You got to do it alone sometimes. But it takes commitment and courage to take action. And it
Yeah.
doesn't matter how big or how small that action is. That's the great thing. It could be so small, just a small
Mhm.
action. By getting that small action, you do something to yourself, because when you, like, I'm a task type person, so I need tasks. So if I
Okay.
have a checklist of things that I want to get done, in order for me to get that list complete, I got to at least do one first. So I do the easiest thing first,
Mm-hmm.
check that block. Yes, success. All right, I'm ready for the next one. And what that does, that builds up your confidence. That builds
Yeah.
up your drive to do more. Now that may not work for anyone else, but it works for me. Again, that came from awareness, understanding who I am, understanding my strengths, understanding my weaknesses, understanding how I learn, understanding my triggers, understanding those things clearly, so that I can properly push myself in the direction that I need to go. So that's just a quick way, three steps out of five on how you can begin to build yourself up, build your confidence up, and to begin to reframe that thinking. Because a
Yeah.
lot of us have stinking thinking, is what I like to call it.
Which,
And we have
let's
to
tell it again.
stinking thinking. We all have
Thank you.
that stinking thinking.
Yeah.
And we got to be able to reframe the way how we think in order for us to become the person we need to become in this world.
Yeah.
But it takes
Yeah.
work. It takes
It takes
action.
work.
Yeah.
And it takes an open mind. So you can't have a fixed mindset if your goal is
Yes.
if your goal is to succeed, whatever that success looks like for you, you do have to have an open mind in order to receive that, you know. And you
That's it.
talk about it, and I'm so in alignment with you when you talk about identity and knowing who you are. When sometimes when people hear you say you have to know who you are, they kind of excuse
Yeah.
me, because some people think they know who you are, but most people don't. More people
Mhm.
don't know who
Yeah.
they are than
Yeah.
those that do know. And those that do know are the ones who have taken the time to sit with self, start some kind of journey into getting
That's it.
acquainted or reacquainted
That's it.
themselves, right? So yeah, when you touched on that, that's just something that I am very, I don't even want to say passionate about. You have to know who you are. But it, again,
Yes. Yes.
knowing me was a journey, and I still don't fully know who I am, because it's like a peeling an onion, the layers of an onion. You
Mhm.
peel it, then you discover something else. And what I find enjoyment of discovering different aspects of me. You know,
That's it.
it's so empowering.
That's it.
It's very empowering. So mindset you've talked about it's important in success. It's important to, again, getting opportunities and even receiving those opportunities and knowing that you're worthy of those opportunities that you get.
Yes.
You're telling yourself that I'm worthy, I can do this, this is for me. And you talked about um, what I'm going to say, that I believe that when a seed is planted, it's yours to have. That's your gift, that's your blessing. You just have to take action on it, and it's not going to go away because it was given to you, and you have to be able to
Yep.
recognize it. I just
Yep.
want to say
Yep.
that those things are really important to me, for me, and it's important. I think it's important that people know these things, even though they may not think about it, but they need to know. If you have something in your mind that was given to you, it is yours to have. You just have to act on it. That's it.
That's
And so
it. That's it. That's it.
we're going to take a quick break here in a moment. Coach Teon, if someone wanted to find out more about you or find how to connect with you, how could they do that?
They can find me on all the social media platforms. Teon Singletary. On LinkedIn, it's Coach Teon Singletary. You got the website right there, www.teonsingletary.com. And I will take you to all of my social media links and also some freebies. So if you want a freebie, want to download my free ebook, go to that website. You can be able to download that too as well.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for the time so far. And we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back to talk to Coach Teon Singletary.
You're not just building a career, you're building a reputation and that of your business. At People Power Consultancy, we coach ambitious professionals to refine their image and shape a personal brand that opens doors. Because the way you show up is your message. If you're tired of blending in, second-guessing your presence, or feeling unseen, this is your moment to stand out with purpose and polish. Visit peoplepowerconsultancy.com to start your transformation. Your next level has a look. Let's define it.
And we are back with Coach Teon Singletary. He is a mindset expert, inspirational leadership speaker with 25 plus years of experience delivering impactful keynotes on leadership, resilience, mindset, and communication. And so he has been giving us some great insight. He's given us some great tips on how to kind of shift your mindset, how to start on this journey of self-discovery to a degree. And so we are going to continue the conversation with you, Teon. Again, thank you for sharing so much of your wisdom and expertise with us. I appreciate it. But I wanted to ask you, our voice, you know, you hear people say all the time about finding your voice, using your voice. How can someone use their voice effectively? First of all, you might want to touch on what that truly means. You know, we hear it a lot, but no one's really telling people what it really means.
yeah. And you do hear that a lot about
Yes.
how to find your voice.
Yes.
But then the first question you have to ask yourself is, what voice?
Mm-hmm.
What voice do I need to figure out? Like, what is that? It's basically just your authentic self. That's what your voice is. Your voice is your authentic self, your true self. Earlier, when we started off this episode, we talked about the mask, right? So your voice, your true voice, is the mask off.
Right.
That's what it is. Like
Yes.
literally, it's literally that simple. It's almost too simple, and where it's like, nah, that's not true, right?
Yes.
But it literally just being your true authentic self, day in and day out, and then that way, um, people will be able to connect with you more because you are real. And
Right.
being your real self, it does something in the inside when you don't have to put on a mask. When you put on a mask or you're not being your true self, it takes a lot of energy. It takes so much energy to do that. So when you are your true self, you just be normal. You just being you, who you are,
And it
and,
feels
and,
good.
and it brings so much peace, so much joy, so
Yes.
much excitement. So that's what your voice is. Your voice is who you truly are, and you being able to share your stories, your insights, your wisdom to others. And it doesn't have to be on a platform. It can be just people that you see on the street, where you walk in a grocery store, or just being who you are. Like when I was traveling in the airport, my last trip, it was busy, right? Delays after delays after
Mm-hmm.
delays, and busy people, and just so crowded. But I was going in, and I decided when I woke up, I'm gonna be happy today. Doesn't matter what happens today, I'm just gonna be happy. Right? And that's my voice, just me being who I am, being my authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was walking through the airport, just smiling, being me, walking in line, just being me, and just making fun of the situation, making jokes. And what that did for me was it make me more happier and push off a different vibration and
Yeah.
energy. But the people around me noticed that too, and they begin to smile and they begin to get a little bit more happier. And guess what? My way through was happier. Even
Mm-hmm.
the TSA agents were just more happier because of me being my authentic self.
Right. Yeah.
That's my voice. So your voice don't have to be physically your physical voice that you can hear. It can just be how you carry yourself. What type of energy do you give off?
Mm-hmm.
What is your presence when you walk through the door? Right?
Yes.
Like, like all that stuff matters if you truly want to live a life of significance, and when you truly want to change lives, when you truly want to be hope in the eyes of the hopeless. And I'm saying that because that's my purpose, that's my
Yeah.
passion. That's
Yeah.
why I do what I do day in and day out, because I want to be that hope for the hopeless. I want to be the light for the ones that need light in their dark world,
Mm-hmm.
right? So just by walking and you just smiling is enough for somebody.
It's
And that's
contagious.
sometimes that's all they need.
It is.
They want to smile. So why can't you be that person that smile? Again, it's all that's all what voice is. But now when we get more into detail about the voice, it's how you encourage people, or how you inspire people, how you empower people with your words. Do you talk up or do you talk
Mm-hmm.
right? Do you gospel or do you inspire? Like
Right.
you do. Like that stuff. It tells everyone who you are. It
It
gives
does.
everyone an insight of how you think and how you feel, right? So being a certain way helps you to be able to become a better person in life. I had a professor in college when I was doing my master's. Was it my master's? Yes, it was my master's. He told me he met with me one day because he was an author, and he found out that I was an author. We had some conversations, and he was like, "I have a program that I do, and I have something that I preach, and it say something nice." And he give
Mm-hmm.
me three lapel pins. He said, "I want you to take these, and I want you to say something nice too, and I want you to give it to others." And since that day, that one moment of 30 minutes to an hour of being with him
Mm-hmm.
is forever in my mind because he said something nice. And now when I'm on stages, when I'm talking on podcasts, when I'm do whatever I'm at, that's part of my story is to say something nice. Like everyone is going through something. Everyone have their own drama, have their own issues. Why can't we as people encourage each other more? Why can't we as people step out of our door with love in our heart? Why
Right.
not?
Why not?
Why
Why?
not?
It's
Why
so
not?
much easier to do that. You know, it takes
Yeah.
far less energy to
Yes.
do that. And then kindness, just small bits of kindness can make a huge impact, you know,
Yes.
not only for the people around us, but for ourselves. You know, like you
That's it.
said, you feel good when you feel like you've done something kind or you've been um, nice, I guess, to someone else. You've changed something in that small moment that you've had the opportunity to spend time with someone else or say something nice.
Mhm.
And so, um, and you talk about gossiping, and you can't gossip, and you can't when you are going through this identity journey and you're going through this personal development journey. All of those old ways should be gone, and they will be gone if you're doing the work. That you're going to evolve into a person that you may or may not recognize. You know, I recognize who I am because of my parents instilled all of that in me. But
Yeah.
I've been a teenager, I've been a young adult, you can sway a little bit. But the values that they have poured in me makes it impossible for me to just be mean spirited to people. I think about how what I do is going to affect other people. And that's important. You know, it's not just
Yes.
about me, it's about the people that are around me, right?
Yes.
I want to be a positive influence on others, just as you do. You know, your passion is to change lives. And while we'll be doing that differently and taking different approaches to that, that is also my passion, is to help someone become better. And not necessarily better in a way of their best, the best version of themselves. That's what I'm
Best
going to say.
version of themselves. Yes, that's it.
Version of themselves, because we are fine as we are, but all of us can get use a little refinement every now and then. You know, where we're going, we might need to, refine something here or there. Omit.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and so that all comes with getting acquainted with yourself and being able to identify what those things are and how they may be holding you back from
That's
where
it.
you're trying to go.
That's it.
All.
That's it.
It all boils down to, who do I have to be today to become my future self? That's it.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. And I love what you just said there, because all that stuff matters. And one of the things that helped me with this process was taking time. You said this earlier, to take time with self,
Yes.
and it's called reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Like, take a time to reflect over your life. Every year, at the end of the year, I always go away. I turn my phone off. I turn off social media, all that stuff, and I spend time with self and God.
Mm.
And in that time, I'm reflecting over my life for that year. What went well? What didn't went so well? What do I need to change to become better? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And after I complete that reflection, then I look at, okay, what's my growth plan? How am I going to get better from what I learned last year? And that's evaluated experience. See, a lot of us have experience. The question is, do we have evaluated experience? And the way how to create that evaluated experience is to take time to reflect on the good, on the bad, on the indifferent. How can we be, and then come up with a plan on how to become better. And then once you come up with that plan, the next goal, you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone here is smart. Yeah, y'all are some smart individuals, right? We have to take action on that plan, right? So, and then that's when we begin to grow and we begin to become better, become a better version of ourselves tomorrow from what we are today, right? But that takes time and it's a process. But you have to just be committed to the process and start now. Because if you don't start now, the question is, when will you?
When will you?
When will you? Right? So you have to start when you gotta do it afraid. Like I said earlier, you gotta do it afraid, and you just gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable. True growth happens when we are uncomfortable, when we are out of our comfort zone. So if you really want to grow in your life and you want to change the circumstances of your life, then something got to change, right? If you continue to do the same thing over and over and getting the same result, guess what that is? Insanity. So change something, and then your results will change too.
Absolutely. So yeah, I was. You just said something that made me think that the journey, like we're talking about, small steps, taking those small steps for that bigger impact. And like it really doesn't matter what it is. And the key to becoming a better version, you don't know how to do it always. We don't know where to begin. Reading is the best thing you can do.
It is.
Reading and writing, journaling, what did you call it? Examination.
It's evaluated experience.
Evaluating experiences. So you write those things down. And that's the only way you're going to be able to see where those barriers are, where that gap is, and fill that gap. And I wanted to say, from a personal experience, when I first got into this industry that I'm in, I started some time ago, I had no idea the change and the impact this would make on me as a person. I had no clue. I just thought I was getting into first of all, I thought it was getting into fashion. I didn't know what an image consultant was. I'm just going to go put clothes on people. But my goodness, when I tell you that this was the most transformational experience that I've ever taken for myself, it just delights me. And I'm just so
Wow.
I'm just happy that I took this journey because I never imagined that it would be this. And though
Wow.
I am still, I'm the person, the essence of who I am is who I am. You know, that's not gonna change. But I realized that as polished as I thought I was, I needed some refinement, not just in appearance, but in the way that I speak, in the way that I approach things, my attitude, I had to work on all of that. And I had to do it for myself so that I would be able to do it for others. You know, you can't change something for someone else if you haven't been through it yourself. So
That part.
yeah,
That part.
I just want to say
Yeah.
that we don't know what experiences, how they're going to impact our lives, and then what way they're going to impact us if we don't open up our minds and our hearts to receive it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. You know, another thing with that is that it's not only are we impacting our own life, but by us doing this and walking the right walk, someone else is watching you. And by you doing that, you are impacting their life. Like it goes beyond, it goes beyond self.
Oh, yes.
It goes beyond self. So the question you got to ask yourself, why are you doing this? Are you doing it for your own self-gain? Or are you truly doing it to really create change, to create a ripple effect in the world? And if it's to create a ripple effect in the world, it comes off a different way.
That's true.
It hits the mind and the heart in a different way. So, and this is something that I'm passionate about. As you see right now, I'm getting very riled up because I'm feeling it because it's this is so important. Like I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing it for everyone that watches. I'm doing it for everyone who want to see me fail, but somehow God allows me not to fail.
That's right.
It's like you never know who you are going to impact. So being your true authentic self, it creates a space where you impacting people you don't even know.
Yeah, because people are always watching, as you said. They may not say a word, but they are always watching. You're always being measured. You're always being assessed. For whether that be for good or bad, people are watching, and people will take bits and pieces away from what you're doing and saying, and I guarantee you they're going to apply it to something that they're doing in their own lives. So and when we're doing this work that we do separately, but we're doing this work that we do for others, we can't help but to grow.
Right.
But to grow. It just comes with it.
It comes with the program.
It's a benefit of the work of helping someone else, you know, if that's your passion. And I would say that if what we are doing is not what we're passionate about, and we're just doing it because it has a good title, or we're doing it because it might be a lucrative, you know, industry, then we are doing ourselves and the ones that we serve a disservice, you know. So I can't help but to operate from the heart.
I would just I was just going to say that it's the heart posture. What is your heart? Like, I don't know why, but the beginning of this year, that's been my theme. What's the heart posture?
Yes.
What's the heart posture? Because if you come from the heart and it's proper and it's and it's righteous and it's right, man. I mean, oh my God, the impact you will make is beyond what you can fathom.
Right. Yeah.
It really is. It really is. And that's what I enjoy the most is because I know that it's not just me. All right. I just know it's not just me. So when I'm able to help someone or serve in the capacity that I'm able to serve now, I'm grateful. because I know where I was. I know where I came from. I know the deficiencies. Man, you talk to someone who stutters. I can't remember if I stuttered once yet since I've been on here.
You haven't. You
Right?
have not.
But
You have
that
not.
is a testimony by itself,
Mm.
right? It's not just me. It's for someone else to know that you can do it too.
That's right.
Anybody can do it. If
Anybody.
this country bucket from Triumph, South Carolina can do it, guess what? Anybody can.
You can do it. You can do it. So yeah, for sure. And for myself, I am. When you talking about being on this camera, it used to cripple me because I am. I'm an ambivert, but growing up, I was very shy and bashful. If I didn't have to talk, I wasn't talking to anyone. So for me to have taken this leap last year to do this, there were some things that prepared me for this. Of course, working with clients and just having a conversation with people, mentors and coaches and such. But even in my training to do this, I tried to put it off for the next year. And my coach said, she said, no, you have to, if you don't do it now, me knowing my personality, you will never do it. So that do it afraid, do it scared.
That's it.
Like I said in my opening, I needed to get in the game. I needed to get off the sideline and I needed to do it afraid. Now
that's it.
And I'm ready to go.
That's it. Look, this may be surprising to you, but I'm an introvert. Right?
Yeah.
My core is that I'm an introvert. But I feed off energy, right? So if the energy is right, I can be more extroverted, right? Or when I need to be in order to inspire the room, I can step into that space if need be. But I'm an introvert. I can be to myself and be a-okay with it, right? I can hold all of my energy and be happy because when I'm extroverted, I notice that it takes a lot of energy for me to do that. It's authentic because it's who I've created myself to be, but it does take some more energy for me to do it. So when I'm like really extroverted all the time, I can tell because the body be like, okay, Teon, you need to rest. You need to sleep.
You gotta go rest. Yeah, you gotta go rest.
You need to build up your energy source. Right?
Yeah. Family dinners. They look up and I'm over in the corner somewhere because you have exhausted me. I am tired. This brain needs to get some rest and just reprocess things, and I'll come back to you a little later.
That's it.
But yeah, exactly. But when I have to be on stage, when I have to speak, when I have to do this, I have no problem with it. Now, that's why practice makes perfect. You get on and be authentic. Don't search for perfection because that is an illusion. There is no such thing as perfection, and we all want make mistakes, and people want real interactions. They want those real connections. I'm going to get on here. I might fumble. I might forget what I want to say. That's me. That's who I am in that moment. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
And it's okay to be okay with that, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love it.
Yes. Well, this was really, really good. So if someone in the audience is ready to get on a journey of need to a mindset shift, need to know how to bounce back, that gift of resilience and such. What do you say to them if they're struggling with some low self-esteem or confidence issues? What would you say to them that they can do right now today? I know you and you want to probably repeat your three points that you mentioned to help them along the way.
Yes. So the first thing I want to say is I want you to, if you're watching the video, I need you to lean into the camera.
You do it too.
I'll lean into the on TV. If you listen to the audio, I want you to stop what you're doing and listen to me clearly. And I want to say this to you. You are okay. You are okay. It's okay. We all have to start somewhere. Now the goal or the question is, do you want to go to the next step? Or do you want to take the next step? Are you willing to move forward? in your life? And if the answer is yes, that you are ready to move forward in life, are you ready to change your circumstances in your life so that you can have a better life for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for your organization, for your company, for your business? If you want a shift, a paradigm shift, then you just have to make a decision. It's literally that simple. It is a decision. That's it, period.
Yeah.
And once you make that decision in your mind and in your heart, you'll be amazed that your body will just take action. Now, if you're one of those hard-headed person like I was, right. Hey, just be authentic here. Do this. You can do this. And I want you to say this every morning and every night. I want you to say, do it now. 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 Sooner or later, you are going to build up the capacity in your body to take action, because you're speaking out, you're speaking it into existence, you're speaking yourself to take action now. Whatever that action is, it is up to you. But it starts with a decision, a choice. Once you make that choice, and it is rooted deep down into your core, no one and nothing that comes your way will be able to stop you once you decide in your heart and mind that you are going to move forward in your life. That's how you get through it. It's a decision. It's a choice. And once you begin to make that choice, you follow the steps that I shared with you earlier, those 3 steps, 3 out of 5, which is awareness, being aware of where you are, and then also being aware of where you want to go. Then the preparation, preparing yourself with creating a game plan to get from point A to point Z. There's a lot of milestones in between, right?
That's right.
You got to create that plan. That's your preparation. And then lastly, the 5th step out of the 5 steps is take action now. And again, if you got issues with taking action, say to yourself every morning and every night, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now. Now, I know there's a lot of negativity out there, and I don't know why this actually came up to me multiple times while I was on this in our conversation. I never said it, but I think I'm gonna say it now because it keep coming back. It keep coming back. Someone must need to hear this. If you have an issue with just like you just feel like, why me? Poor little me. No one loves me. What can I do? How can I get better? I don't know. I'm just sad and out. First of all, I just want to say that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is I want you to take this practice. And that is, this is your homework. I want you, when you wake up in the morning, write down 3 things that you are grateful for. And it can be something simple. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for the roof over my head. I'm grateful for the food that I'm about to eat. I'm grateful for the water I'm about to drink, the fresh water I'm about to drink. Like, just say something that you are grateful for. And then just watch what happens during the day. And I want you to do this for 30 days. And if you miss or skip a day, again, it's okay. You are okay. Start back, reset the next day, and do it again. And try to do that as long as possible, consistently, and then just watch the change in your happiness and in your joy that comes from one source and one source only. And that's our Heavenly Father above.
Right.
If you do these simple things, it will start pushing you in the right direction. But if you need some help or support, you have 2 people right here that can help you with that process.
Yes, that was a good word to leave them with, Coach Teon. I appreciate that. And you said gratitude. wake up with an attitude of gratitude. And when you are grateful for the small things in your life, the small accomplishments,
Yeah.
it opens the door for more. It opens the door for more. And if you sit back and think about that, you'll realize that it has happened in your life just for being grateful and thankful for what you have while you're working on what you want. That's it. Big, gratitude. Every small thing that we have in our lives is something to be grateful for. So again, thanks for that word. Again, this is Coach Teon Singletary, and I'd like to thank him for spending his time with us this evening and imparting his words of wisdom and his expertise with us on the show. My name is Jenny Dewberry. I am a certified international image consultant, a personal brand coach and consultant. If you want to learn more about me, you can visit my website, peoplepowerconsultancy.com. If you're on YouTube watching the Image Connection show, please like and share. On LinkedIn, I am Jenny Dewberry, and on IG, it's Jenny D_People Power. And I do want to offer a brand assessment for anyone that would like to take the brand assessment. We talked a bit about identity, so there's a little bit of information in there to help you get a little bit more familiar with yourself so that you can take this journey of self-discovery, a journey to help you become anew if that's what you desire. So again, thanks for joining us this evening, and we hope to see you next week. Thanks again, Coach Teon. Good night.
Thanks for tuning in to the Image Connection show. We truly appreciate you being here. We hope you'll join us again. And don't keep it to yourself. Invite a friend to tune in too. If you're ready to gain insightful tips, tools, and strategies to enhance your image, brand, and help you along your entrepreneur journey, this is where you want to be. I'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, keep showing up with purpose, presence, and power.